Hi, my name is Mr. Bagan, and today we're going to discuss surface tension and how it works. You ever seen objects floating in water? Well, we wonder why do they float? Well, here we have two balls. They're both circular, both have same shape, different weights. One is small, one is large. We're going to see what happens when we put them in water. I have a small one here. I'm going to start with this one first. I think that this one here, being that it's smaller compared to this one, is gonna float. Let's see what happens. Place it in the water, release. It sinks to the bottom. Wow. So now I know for sure that this bigger one is definitely gonna sink as well. Well, I'll just drop it in and wait a minute. It's sank, but it popped right back up. Why is that? Let's take a look. The small one on the bottom, even if I shake it, the small one on the bottom still is on the bottom, but the big one is still on top. Well, this is something we call surface tension. What is surface tension, you ask? Let me tell you, surface tension happens when water molecules on the bottom are pulling and tugging at water molecules on the top. Okay? We'll do another experiment to show you what happens. With another container of water, I'm going to take these two balls out. Okay? Allow that water to settle. Put them in here. Okay? This time I'm going to use paper clips. What happens if I drop a paper clip in water? A lot lighter than the balls, as we see. Will they sink or float? I say this is going to float. It's so small, it's so light. I'll drop it in nice and gently. Look what happens. It sinks right down to the bottom. We can all see right here. It sinks right down to the bottom. I'm going to try that one more time though. But this time, I'm going to try to do it very gently and see if anything changes if we do that. Okay, I'm going to add some water to this container. Okay. I'm going to place paper clip on a fork, and I'm going to gently put it into the water. Right? I'm giving the water some time to settle, and see what happens here. Yeah, sometimes when you're doing experiments, guess what? They don't always work. It happens. What are you going to do? But you know what? We'll try one more time and see what happens. Okay? Let's try this container. Maybe it's a little better. Who knows? All right, I'm going to switch the water to this side because that side seems to be, I'm having difficulty with that. And remember, this doesn't always, it's not as easy as it looks. All right. I'm going to give the water a minute to settle. So, as we saw the first time, the paper clip sank down to the bottom. This time, we're going to take our time very steadily. And look what happens here. The paper clip this time is floating. This is what we call surface tension. Surface tension is like a layer of skin on the top of the water. Okay, how do we break surface tension? Well, vibrating the molecules. If we were to stir the water, that would break the surface tension. But we could also use something like a dish detergent, like soap. Right here we have. I'm going to drop a drop of soap, just a drop, and we'll see what happens when we do that. Did you see that? The paper clip sank. Why is that? Well, soap also has molecules in it. But this causes the water molecules that were tugging together and pulling together to separate, causing space, causing the surface tension to become weaker.